guys, and welcome back to Life with Molly. Today we're doing something so exciting. Ignore the horrible filming setup that I have to make do with right now. Okay, so today, I'm so excited. I just finished the Caraval trilogy, and I'm pretty sure Spectacular was published after the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, which is the spin-off of the Caraval trilogy. So I got like 2 pages into that, but then I decided, wait, I'll just read that after because it's a novella. And I'm starting Once Upon a Broken Heart. I'm so excited. Everyone has made my expectations for this so high. And I actually loved Jax during the Caraval trilogy. So, we're back with him today. He is sitting here with me on these pages. And we're gonna meet a pink-haired girl, Evangeline. Yeah, I don't even know, but I'm so ecstatic because I've heard she's like a softer FMC, and I love her, and I have a feeling I'm gonna be a lot like her. I don't know why, I just do. I'm so excited. It's so fun. I'm so happy. And Jax is like, I mean, he's Jax. Do I need to say anything else? Take that as you will. Anyways, I'm so excited. Let's start. The slump / burnout is so bad right now. Anyways, I am really enjoying Once Upon a Broken Heart. Okay, once again, excuse the horrible angle, but I updated my reading journal. I don't even know what I did. I was kind of bored. I finally found my glasses so I can see. There are dragons. That's so cute. They're my favorite characters, actually. But in all seriousness, I really love the characters. They're like fun. I don't know, they feel realistic. I'm going to really lock in and read today. I'm hoping to finish it. I have coffee and yeah. I made a deal with my dad to not be on my phone today, except for filming this and keeping my snap streak with my best friend who lives like 6 hours away. I'm gonna cry. Really enjoying Once Upon a Broken Heart, like a lot, more than I was originally, so yay. Okay, not only am I reading this in the worst slump since I've really gotten into reading, but also I have been so busy lately and I've been doing stuff a lot more, and I've been used to just laying in bed and just bed rotting really this summer, so that's great. Also, don't mind me, I keep coughing. But yeah, I'm gonna go sit on the trampoline and read for now. I don't know why I'm sitting on the trampoline. I'm not even jumping. I'm just sitting here. Okay, for my thoughts on Once Upon a Broken Heart so far, I have some for sure, but at the same time, I don't know how to feel so far. Okay, here's why. The characters, I adore. Lala is so mysterious, and we've only gotten her in like 2 scenes so far because I am 242 pages in, but I really love her, and I like her and Evangeline's dynamic so far. I love Evangeline. She's such a hopeless romantic, and she's such like a soft female main character, and I actually really love that. I don't know how to feel about Jax so far, okay? He's not the best person. Yes, I understand that, but I'm kind of in love with him at the same time. You know, I was explaining the plot to my dad the other day, and I was trying to justify liking Jax, and I was not doing a good job. For the other characters, I don't trust Marisol. I don't like Apollo. I don't care if he's only been nice. I don't like him. I love Evangeline so much. It's probably going to be 4 stars, but I do want to say I think Stephanie Garber is my favorite author because her writing style is so beautiful. In my opinion, it's slow moving at parts, but it's so beautiful. And I think she creates such unique plot lines. I've never read anything like this. I don't know what's going on with the Arch and the prophecies and all of this, and I love the magic system. It's so cool. And I think my favorite in the Stephanie Garber universe so far was Caraval, the first book. But my least favorite was Legendary. And so far, where I think on the scale of what I like of Stephanie Garber books so far. It's Caraval was my favorite, then Once Upon a Broken Heart, then Finale, then Legendary so far. And I think the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy as a whole will be better than the Caraval trilogy, but I also believe the first Caraval book will be better than the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, if that makes sense, but I don't know for sure. And I do have to say, I relate to a lot to Evangeline, but I also strive to be Lala. I don't even know. And Jax, I'm calling it, he's going to be my husband. Like, top 3 book boyfriends already. I really like him. I really liked him in Caraval, too. I don't know why. He didn't do anything good in Caraval, but I loved him. So, I don't know what that says about me, but mass murderers with dimples are my favorites. So, let's continue reading now that I've given you a little rundown of my thoughts so far. Oh, I would also like to point out, I definitely recommend starting with Caraval because you get the ending spoiled for some of the characters like Scarlet and Tella. You know where they end up if you start Once Upon a Broken Heart first. So I recommend reading Caraval first because Caraval is a must read. I adored it. It was so good. I feel like all of these clips are me saying the same thing, but I'm going to pour myself a cup of iced coffee. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to turn on music. Right now I'm listening to Taylor Swift because I think it fits the Once Upon a Broken Heart vibe. And I've been trying to match the music I listen to the book I'm reading. And I'm going to lock in and I'm going to put my phone away and yeah. Okay, I ran out of good Taylor Swift songs, so we're back to my roots. Okay, we're not judging. This is a judgment-free zone. Okay? Okay, like I said, horrible filming setups for this video. But anyways, I just realized how Jax and Evangeline are, like, in each other's thoughts. What trope is that? Because I love it. Jax's fate is showing a bit, though. He's getting all weird and possessive. Maybe weird isn't the right word. I'm enjoying this book a whole lot. Also, Lala is probably my favorite female character. Look, Evangeline, I love her. She's one of my favorites. But Lala's like, I love her. I don't know why, I just do. And I also tried to justify liking her to my dad. Because I was like, she's just like, she's kind of mean, but she's kind of nice. And I just like, I love her. And then I explained her and how, and like her tears and stuff. And I don't think my dad understood why I like her, and I honestly can't justify it. I just do. Same thing with Jax. He hasn't done anything good yet, but I'm like, I really, really love him. Evangeline is justifiable though. She's like amazing. I don't know what to think of Chaos yet. I'm scared. I'm also scared of a vampire? I didn't know that was a thing in this universe. I mean, I'm not upset. I'm also loving the conversations in their heads. I can't even. I basically just woke up, but I only have 150 pages left of Once Upon a Broken Heart. So I'm gonna finish that today and hopefully start the Ballad of Never After. I'm scared. I've heard the Ballad of Never After is everyone's favorite, but I've also heard it's like the most sad. I don't know if it can get much better. This is like the epitome of a good book. It is so good. Like, it was slow to get there, but like, now that Jax is more prominent is really what it is. And Lala, I love Lala. Although, why is Jax just gonna be like asleep for 7 chapters? So, Stephanie Garber, this is not okay. I've read like 2 pages, okay? Nothing bad has happened, but when I tell you I am so scared of what's going to happen, I did this to myself, okay? I'm the one who opened up Pinterest and got spoilers, but it's for the next book. But I know the next book is really sad, from what I've heard. And I don't want to finish this book. I can't do this. I am so scared. If Stephanie Garber breaks my heart again, like she does in every one of her books, at some point, I will cry. Update, still not done, but I did cry. Like, Evangeline found a blue ribbon, in his office, and her favorite childhood story still didn't have the ending, and I was like, no, because the blue ribbon reminded me of Tella, and that made me sad. I love Tella, but Jax needs to get over it. I'm sorry. I finished Once Upon a Broken Heart. Ignore the tragic angle, but I finished Once Upon a Broken Heart last night, and I'd say my thoughts mostly aligned with what I thought before. But let me give you a small review of what I thought of the first book in the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy. There were some parts that I thought were slow. I couldn't get into it I immediately loved it, but like, I couldn't really want to constantly be reading until about 200 pages in, I believe. And then it was so good. I loved it, specifically, without spoiling anything, when we meet Chaos and the vampires, and there's that whole Jax and Eva moment. That was probably my favorite part of the first book, was the vampires. I adored it. I'm sorry. Vampire Jax was hot. I'm saying it if no one else will. I don't know, I've never even heard anyone discuss that scene. I actually really loved it. That was probably my favorite in the book. It was really late when I finished it last night, and I will say I did enjoy Eva's spiral at the end. She, had 4 pages of just asking herself questions. A bunch of questions. And she's like, wait, but if this happened, then that means that this couldn't have happened. And ultimately, I'm not going to trust Jax, is the conclusion she came to. I have very strong opinions on characters. So, Evangeline, I adore. I love her. But I don't know what she's about to do, but I do not trust it. This series is one of my new favorites. Then Chaos, I don't know what to think of him yet. He kind of scares me, but I think he has potential. Jax. I'm just in love with Jax. I have nothing else to say at this point, and Sleepy Jax was really funny. Sleepy Jax and Sleepy Aaron would be friends, okay? And we all know I love every version of Aaron Warner. So, in terms of ratings, I did say immediately a 5-star because despite there were some parts solidly throughout the majority of the book, I was like, this is going to be a 4-star. This is going to be a 4-star. But when I tell you, when I hit that vampire scene, I couldn't put the book down. I was in the gas station with my mom, getting snacks, and I was like, can we just go back to the car? I was so desperate to read. So, and I haven't felt that way with that book in a while. I've been in a 2-month-long reading slump that's just progressively getting worse. But I'm so glad I did feel that way, and that makes me think it's probably a 5 stars, and I think if I was in a different mindset, it would have been a 6-star. So, I'm going to settle on a 5-star for now, even though there were some parts I felt like it was a 4-star. I am immediately starting The Ballad of Never After, which scares me so much. I've heard it's sad, but also the best in the trilogy. But I am very excited to start The Ballad of Never After, and this cover is stunning, and I already have spoilers for it. But anyways, that will be in part 2 of the reading vlog, so I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and basically watching me rant about Once Upon a Broken Heart, because that's what I did for the majority of this. But I had lots of fun. I hope you did too. Let's go!